Okay.
Okay, cool.
Before you get to the end of the road, you'll see a bridge.
Okay.
You can park right here or in the parking lot. Go across the bridge, go to your right.
Okay.
You're gonna follow it all the way out to the lake and Lake.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
All right, sweet.
Have fun, babies.
What's up, Loud Pack crew? Welcome back. On today's episode, we made it out to Clear Lake. It is scorching hot out, but the boys will be by the water, so we're going to be all good. Now, none of us have ever been to Clear Lake before, so this is going to be a new experience for all of us. Come on, boys. This is why impulse control is very important. You see these deers running by here? All these boys would love to do nothing more than go after them, but they all practice good impulse control. Of course, Blue makes the attempt, but we stop them, no problem. If the boys weren't this well trained, I would not have them off leash the way we do. So how do you know if your dog is ready to be off leash? Do they check in when they're off leash? Can they control their impulses? That's a really big thing. Are they making really good decisions when they're off leash? Like, they're not eating bad shit off the ground, and they're not running up to other dogs or people without permission. Like, as long as your dog isn't bothering other people and comes when called, then I think it's a-okay to be off leash. I've never actually had somebody in real life tell me to leash my dogs. Usually when people see our dogs, we usually get compliments of like, hey, that's really good training, or good job, or hey, beautiful pack, things around those lines. We don't really get a lot of people that complain about our boys. Check this out, you guys. All of this was completely engulfed in webs. So it could have been web worms involved, spiders, whatever it is. All the white that you're seeing on all the trees here is just web all the way through. It was really something. You notice my boys are off leash, but not like sprinting off along the sides here. We had a few times where Solo did jump in out of curiosity, but nothing too crazy. They're not like dispersing, running on too far up ahead. They understand the assignment overall. Stay close together, especially on narrow paths like these. You never know, like if somebody with an untrained dog might be around the corner, somebody with a reactive dog looking for some quiet space. So I like to keep the boys close, especially coming around corners and blind spots. It's easier for us to maneuver our pack off leash than it is for somebody who's underskilled trying to maneuver their reactive dog. So we usually try to make things as easy as possible for other people. Like I said, you don't want to be like just a jerk with your dogs off leash. You want to be mindful of other people, like give people space or step off to the side whenever they're passing by or on trails. There's a lot of people that are afraid of dogs or just uncomfortable with dogs being off leash, so I try to make things as seamless for them, keeping them in mind. It's always best to assume that a person does not want to be around your dog before just sending your dog in. As we continued along the trail, I was wondering if we'd actually get out to the water or if this was the extent of it. A lot of places, there's a lot of people that'll kind of like hype up places or make them out to be better than what they are. We went into this place blind, so we didn't really know what to expect at all. As far as we knew, we just knew it was going to be, a dope trail, and it was supposed to lead out to some water. Now, whether the water would actually be okay to swim it for the dogs to swim in and interact with, I'm not sure. I've heard all these horror stories about algae in the water, so I'm always very skeptical about that. As we followed along the trail, it started to become very dreamlike, and sure enough, it led out to that water we were looking for. Or so I thought. I thought this was going to be the extent of the lake. Like I said, I haven't been here before. We explored this little area for a bit. I was pretty wowed by it, but there was something so much better on the other side. Ava had pointed it out, like when she looked off into the other direction, that there was a crazy looking spot just around the corner. But before heading over there, I wanted to set the boys up for their usual pack release. Okay. So that is obviously one of our favorite things to do, like a full pack release, having the boys run and, just be free. Now, this is what Ava found on the other side. It was surreal, you guys. Check this out.
I could cry.
Damn, does this ball float? Bubby, middle. Back. Back. Quiet. Back. This way. This way. Middle. This way. Okay. Let me see some treats. Turn. Middle.
Solo, here.
Talk to me.
You okay, lock?
Oh, here.
Solo.
Come on. We noticed a man and his daughter headed in our direction, so he decided to pull all the boys in close to us so that way they would feel more comfortable about passing. This is what I mean about having your dogs off leash. Be mindful of others. The man and the daughter decided to set up on the other side of the tree, so we decided to just keep doing our thing. He wasn't afraid of the dogs or anything. They just wanted to set up a spot to fish. So, you know, we decided to just kind of share the shore. Up, up. Up, up, up. Come on, all the way, all the way. Come on, all the way up. Up, up. Walk up.
Off to a great start.
Started taking some risk with the ball by throwing it out to the water so that way Lockhart can see it and go get it. Just wanted him to interact with the water more and get comfortable getting in the water. My only fear about this was if the ball would float or not, and I really like this ball. There's a hole in it so that way the dogs can breathe. More importantly, it's very, very durable, and Chief likes to destroy balls after a while, so there's that. As you can see here, Lockhart was dunking for the ball whenever he saw it go into the water. And a little bit here, we find out the hard way that the ball, in fact, does not float. Now, because they didn't see the ball go into the water, they were less likely to go after it. But I think if he had saw the ball go into the water, he would have dunked in after it just like before. I definitely think if I brought one out that could float, I can get him to actually swim for it. Locke's kind of like our golden retriever of the group. Now, Chief, Locke, and Kai, all three of them can play this all day long. I like to let Kai run around with the ball. It makes him feel confident. And then you'll see Chief and Locke kind of herding him back over to me. These guys love this. They can do that all day. Now, the Huskies, they tend to get bored with this stuff after a while. So we'll do like little drills with them here and there, or just continue on with exploring while I'm playing fetch with the dogs. We like to keep all the dogs busy. That way, by the time we come back home, they eat and take a nap, and they just rest up for the day and wait for the next adventure. These boys don't give us a lot of behavioral issues because they get all of this off-leash fulfillment. You'll hear a lot of people online say, leash your dogs, do this, do that. Everybody's just got shit that they want to say, or everybody's an expert, but you train your dog for the life you want and just try not to be a nuisance to others. Now, of course, you want to unleash responsibly, like keep it to designated off-leash areas, but off-leash training, I feel like, should be a must with most dogs. Like, the level of fulfillment these dogs reach, walking at their own pace, exploring at their own pace, the freedom to just walk around and do dog stuff is unmatched off-leash. Could you imagine how restricted we would be, or how stupid we'd look trying to hike with all 5 of these dogs on a leash? Like, these dogs are meant to run. Dogs were bred to move, get active, work. Having an untrained dog is hard. Like, walking around through these trails with 5 leashes would be hard. fully training your dog to just listen to you and be able to have your hands free to explore and not have to worry about constantly telling them to leave stuff alone or leave people alone or worrying about what's going to happen if you see another dog or person, it's just unmatched. Like, we can take our boys, all 5 of these dogs, out for a walk and have an easier time than somebody would with just their single dog. You put in a few months of hard work and training, and then the rest of your walks can look like this, smooth and easy. Keep in mind, 2 of these boys were reactive. They just need a little reform, and you can have the dog that you've always wanted. Yes, even your reactive dog can be just as chill as my boys here. Lots of people like to project their own failures and traumas onto other people's dogs, whereas I'm here to tell you that these boys, when we first, like 2 of these boys, Chief right here, and Solo, the black and white husky, they were both extremely reactive. Once I locked in and became better skilled with my own abilities and gained more confidence, it kind of pushed into my dogs, and they were able to, level up themselves and gain confidence in themselves. And if you want to beat reactivity, confidence is key. Now here's where Blue let me down, you guys. I couldn't believe it. But we do no hiding on this YouTube channel. We talk about the good and the bad. We went into this little cove and we were trapped. It was dope to look around and explore, but we had no way out. On the other side, somebody had taken our spot with their 2 dogs, and we had to just get through it. This is nothing new for our pack. We usually glide by all the time. Ava had a hyper focus on Solo, and we just completely missed Blue, and he took advantage of the opportunity. All right, let's take a minute to discuss what just happened here. The initial greeting between Blue and the other dog was right here. They locked eyes. Now Blue's coming around. Boom, both dogs make eye contact. Very important, instead of a direct approach, Blue breaks eye contact, letting him know he's not a threat. Right here, he checks in with me and he notices I'm not looking.
Leave it, Solo.
Turns back to the dog. Both dogs are very confident. Blue keeps his head low, showing him he's not a threat. And then here we are, a curved greeting. Overall, this is great between 2 social dogs, but this is not what I want from Blue. This is not acceptable. There was no okay for anybody to agree. I apologize to the fisherman and sent Blue on his way. And it might not seem like a big deal, but it can lead to some serious issues. So I put Blue into a sit and just kind of stared at him like this for a minute. No, I wasn't angry at Blue, just disappointed. Disappointed in our failure in training there. After that, we just kept moving, and you could tell he could feel that I was disappointed in him. Now, he's not a bad dog. He just needed to know that in the moment what he did was wrong. And so that's why the only reprimand I did with him was just kind of hold him by the collar, put him into a sit, and just have him sit there for a minute. It's always best to not make a big deal out of these situations. It's better to just kind of move on. You can see that even though he knows he messed up, he's not beating himself up. He's still his jolly self. And he started to kind of push his way up to the front and walk right next to me. That's something he's never really done on these full pack walks. So I think he could just kind of feel that I was bummed out. He was just kind of trying to make up for it. But it's not a big deal. In the next video, I'm going to go over what we do to reform Blue to make sure that doesn't happen again. In the past, I took Blue to dog parks frequently, so he loves dogs. So sometimes slip-ups and training happen. In that scenario, that is where an e-collar would have come in handy. A leash would have come in handy. I should have kept more eyes on him. When he checked in with me and had I said no, he wouldn't have approached the dog. Now watch this. I kind of slipped away from him here and he wasn't having it. He's like, where are you going? And so you'll see him kind of muscle his way back up to the top here or into the front of the line to walk right by me. Me personally, I'm all for it. Whoever wants to walk in front for the pack, and in that moment, I allow it. It was just dope to see that after being reprimanded, Blue wasn't really too fazed by it, or he wasn't super bothered by it. A lot of people are afraid to reprimand their dogs or tell their dogs no or let their dogs know when they messed up. I'm letting you know that structure is the best thing you can do for your dog. It's what keeps our relationship strong. You'll see Blue's not running away from me. He's not scared. He's not shut down. He knows he messed up as just like a kid would. The kid knows he messed up. This is his way of apologizing. I'm really excited to show you guys this next video on how we reform Blue and build a stronger Blue so that way he doesn't have those slip-ups happen. Now, I have to give him credit for a husky and 2 years of off-leash adventures, that being his first mistake and it not being a very big one. I can't be too upset with him. It was just, you know, like I'm still paying for all those days of going to the dog park. This is why we say no dog parks, because reforming things like that can take a while. Other dogs are a lot of fun. They're very interesting. And if you frequent dog parks, that's going to be one of the hardest things to change out of your dog, is not wanting to meet every dog that they come across. Now, we've come across plenty of other dogs in our adventures, and like I said, after 2 years, that was Blue's first slip up. We know how to fix it. We know how to dive in. I also am considering putting him back on the e-collar. That way we can make sure that those little slip-ups, you know, we can just guarantee that those slip-ups really don't happen. Because the more that the slip-ups do happen and that we allow it, or just don't have any way of holding him accountable, the more he's going to do it, the more he's going to get away with it, the more he's going to take opportunities like that, as opposed to just being, you know, trustworthy. This goes into making those good decisions. So yes, in this scenario, Blue made a bad decision. Does that mean he should get his off-leash privileges revoked? No, we just have more work that we need to do. I don't know if you guys could notice, but there was a dog on the left of us in that video. Well, as we were passing through, that dog was barking. You notice Blue didn't approach that one. So Blue can discern between who's a friendly, well-socialized dog and not overly excited, and who's not. And I think he could just tell from where he was and the body language on the other dog that he greeted that this greeting would be okay. And in all honesty, I should have just asked the owner if it was going to be okay and just kind of let him do his thing. I don't like to deprive him of greeting brand new dogs at all times. Just in times like that, when we're trying to get a move on in tight spaces. Those are when people are just like not into the whole dog greeting thing. Overall, that's all the excitement for this video. The remainder of the walk is the boys just kind of sniffing around and us exploring the area. These are our sniff areas, you guys. They don't need snuffle mats. They don't need lick mats. We just get outside and do real world exploring, real world adventures, letting the boys explore at their own pace, keeping the group together. Practice makes perfect. So the boys are very used to staying together by now, exploring at their own will. You know, nobody's a robot here, but they notice, you know, just kind of stay close knit. And you can see it on them. Sure, it was a hot day out and there was a little bit of running involved, but mostly all the sniffing and exploring, these boys are whooped. Everybody's just burnt out. This is what fulfillment looks like. And this level of fulfillment is huge, you guys, especially if you're having behavioral issues in the house, having a hard time getting your dog to listen to you, trust you. You can try to imitate this on long leads, sure, but it's not the same, you guys. You're just gonna have to try it out in your own dogs. And that's the thing. You don't need a ton of training to teach your dog to be off leash. A good leave it command, a good recall. What do you guys think? Do you guys go off leash on your adventures? Let me know in the comments. That's all I got for this video, you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And the next one, we start reforming Blue. And as always, you guys, thank you for watching.